Thanks for joining me tonight. We're just going to test the sound for a couple minutes and wait for everyone to come on. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm really excited, a little bit nervous. So hopefully you can all hear me, and thank you all for being here with me tonight. We're just going to wait and see, wait for people to join on.
We have 7 people so far.
Welcome, everyone. I'm excited. I know I have family just down the road, family on Maui, friends in California. I'm super excited that everyone can join me, and it's amazing to do this via
Awesome.
yeah, thank you, everyone.
Tell them that wait about a minute or so.
Okay. I'm just going to wait another minute to make sure everyone joins on, and let me know where you're from. I'm excited to see who is here with me tonight.
I think we can, alright, just join.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
I think we can go ahead and start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
California, Elk Grove, California.
Oh, that's Ginny. Sorry. Hi, Ginny. One of my oldest friends.
Someone said up the hill, or just Sami, Jess.
Oh, Jesse Town, also one of my oldest friends. Oh, thank you all for coming. I can see Jesse's house right now. Oh, that's so nice.
Someone at Idaho working on Oahu, Jeff Mayart. Jeff May.
Oh my gosh, I feel this is so exciting. I'm sorry. I'm excited and nervous and just so grateful you guys are all here.
Miss Mari from Maui.
Oh, wow.
Montana at 10 p.m. here. Donald.
Yeah, Tommy, you know, I went to art school here I went to UH with him, and Donald is actually the reason I switched from graphic design to painting. Yeah, really inspiring. He's an amazing artist, so thank you for being here. Okay, so thank you for joining me tonight. This is the first time I'm washing away a mural live on Instagram, and it's part of my Vanishing mural series where I create murals using pigments from the land, and impermanence is central to the work. So I wanted to share a little of how I started creating these murals using charcoal from wildfires. That's my primary medium. In 2019, I was in Connecticut, and I was separated from loved ones in Australia when the megafires happened. And COVID followed soon after. And it just felt, I didn't know what to do. All my emotions were suppressed, and I just was in a shock, just seeing the world shutting down, and it seemed like the earth was screaming. And then I saw that I learned the koalas were too slow to run from the fires, and that just triggered all the emotions I could not express. And I wanted to create an artwork that could not be held, that wasn't a commodity, and I just kept thinking, what do I do? And I remember drawing on rocks. Growing up on Maui, we have kiawe trees that would burn during brush fires, and when I was little, I would draw on the rocks, and I remembered drawing with this charcoal, so I asked my friend in Australia if he would mail me charcoal from the bushfires. So during COVID, this box of charcoal came to me from the other side of the world, and I conceived of this koala mural drawn with charcoal from the wildfires, and when it was exposed to the rain, it would wash away and look like tears are falling. And that was the start of creating many murals around my house, in my garage, and you know, there were just these large endangered species or species that had symbolic importance to me, and they would wash away in the rain, or I'd wash them away myself. And so, you know, when the Lahaina fires happened, the same thing. I just felt, there's just no words to express, and there still isn't. And all I could focus on was the people that were rushing to help. And there were the firefighters, the first responders, neighbors, people in boats, supporting from Molokai. That's all I could focus on. It's who's helping. And I drew this whale coming forward, and it seemed like a very hopeful position. And I just envisioned this whale traveling across from Australia to Lahaina and Maui in a gesture of solidarity and support. And it was a very personal mural, something I just lived with. And I used charcoal from the Australian wildfires, the Maui fires, and I used water from Kaimana Beach, which is like 2 miles down the road. And so this idea of these oceans that united us, using this medium that felt like, where I just felt like these pigments told stories, the Aina tells stories, like, hi, it can tell more than I can share myself. And then I met an incredible artist in California, and her name is Nella Serena, and we were just chatting on Instagram, and she said, oh, when you wash away this whale, can I watch? And I said, yeah, I guess so. We can do it on Instagram Live. So thanks to her, this created this idea, well, I could share this and not just do it as a solitary thing. So I thought it was just really an amazing connection to know that we could do this, even though there's an ocean between us. And then the fires happened in LA, and I've lived there 4 times. So once again, I felt, I didn't even know what to feel, but again, was so inspired by the firefighters and the first responders and the neighbors, everyone helping. And that's what this washing away the well is tonight. Like these wildfires that connect us, but more than that, I hope it's the healing, which takes a long time, but the healing also unites us. So that's what is, I hope the washing away symbolizes to me that yes, there's sadness and loss, but I also hope it's letting go, getting rid of old, outdated ideas, coming together in new creative collaborations, and making space for new, just new and new way of moving forward. So again, this moment is about connection across spaces. So I'm going to wash it away, and then after, I'm going to stay and answer any questions you might have. This event is also a fundraiser. So if you want, and absolutely no pressure at all, I'm inviting everyone to donate $5 to the LaBelle Foundation. It's an organization in Los Angeles that is rescuing, rehabilitating, advocating for dogs that need help, and especially during the fires. So there's a link to donate if you'd like to. And so again, thank you all for being here tonight, and yeah, thanks for joining me. So. Thank you all for being here. I'm really grateful that you're here. So. Does anyone have any questions?
You can thank anyone else or any other messages that you
Yeah.
have while we're reading.
You know, I always want to talk about the photographers that take these pictures, and this one is by Craig Lambert. It was, I bought a download of his on iStock Photo, and I just, I thought these photographers creating these like amazing images, that's so much of it. Yeah.
I don't see any questions. So
Okay.
Just thank people for
Okay.
coming and do it again.
Yeah, thank you all. I really appreciate you all being here, and look forward to sharing the next mural that's going to go up here.
Someone did ask, how do you feel when you wash it away?
Oh, yeah.
That
It's...
was Jin's Yams.
Oh, yeah, Jenny. I feel, it's... The most emotional part is drawing it. When I draw it, especially when it's so detailed, it's like I want to hold on to the animal. Like if I can draw it and add detail, it's like I can keep that animal forever. And the longer I draw on it, so that's probably the most emotional part, the creating of it. By the time I get to when I know it's going to be washed away, it's almost like it's been a cathartic experience. There was the gathering of the materials, asking the materials what stories you want to share, what does, the whale want to share, and just trying to hold on, because I'm not always great with change anyway. And by the time I wash it away, it's like, okay, it was a cathartic experience. And the next day, living with this, I feel like the memory is so strong that I envision the whale traveling to the next destination. Maybe it came here for a brief time to share a message and then continued on where someone else may need this whale. But, the memory is so strong that I hold on to that.
Next question is by Faye.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have an idea of the next project?
Yes, I do. So the artist Nella that I connected with, who inspired this washing away, she suggested an axolotl, which if you see it, I love that little creature, but it's an endangered species that is predicted to go extinct this year. And I'm excited to work with artists and scientists who study this little species and to create the next one.
Someone asked, hi, Corian is asking about how long does it take to draw?
Oh, okay. So if I would say 2 weeks if I worked on it nonstop. And to go back to how I feel about it, especially with Ginny, she would understand this. I'm inspired by the Buddhist monks who create their intricate sand mandalas and then wash them away and destroy them after, and then they take the sand and disperse the colored sand into the streams to spread blessings. So the whole idea of impermanence and letting go is part of my work too.
Jin's Yams is asking, how do you figure out where to start the washing away? I guess like what part of it? I
think I thought, I probably thought it was just like the longest swipe from the tail to like, but I do find that I always leave the eyes last. And it's been pretty crazy when there's been rain that washed away a mural. I think I spend so much time on the eyes when the mural washes away in the rain. Like it looks like tears are falling from the eye. Like it's amazing how that always happens.
So someone commented, they said the textural sounds of you washing on the wall sounded like the ocean. And then Jeff May is asking, is the wall textured? How does the charcoal react to the surface?
Okay. No, the wall is just regular. Well, it's probably flat paint. I can do it on. It took a while to figure out what kind of paint to work on, as long as it's not super like high gloss. But it's regular paint. Yeah. Somehow the water, the salt water from the ocean makes when I grind it and mix it together, it really makes the pigment stick on the wall more.
Jen DM's asking again, after you finished the washing away and you stepped back, you were looking at it, what were you thinking at that moment?
Oh, my first thought is usually I'm sorry. I don't know. I think like goodbye.
How does Elena Hawaii is asking, how does painting something temporary compare to creating something more permanent?
It's the pigments. So the pigments, because they're from the earth and the water or the stream, or maybe they're gathered by friends or other people, they have an energy. So somehow I feel like it's very energetic, these temporary ones, even though, and it's more like a living story. And the painting, yeah. So I would, yeah.
I think that's all the questions. So
Okay.
I think you can
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
Oh, sorry, one more question.
Okay. I'm sweaty.
Hutzili Soul Body.
Oh, yeah, so that's Nella.
What inspired you to start doing vanishing murals?
It was, sorry, I'm so super sweaty in the light, so hopefully it doesn't look so bad. Okay, so it was me in quarantine in my little house in Connecticut. It was winter when quarantine happened, and I was separated from everyone. And my family was, across the world, it seemed, in Hawaii, and I had loved ones in Australia. And so it was my own personal sense of loss. I was drawing these murals around my house, and to me they seemed like smoke signals, or that like an SOS sign, and also feeling, how do I connect, even though the planes were not flying, they were grounded, we couldn't travel anywhere. But it was kind of an act of rebellion too, like, no, I can still connect. But then it started to expand to, well, what about the kids not going to school? And what about, so it was my personal loss, but then I started thinking on a bigger scale, we're all experiencing these feelings of sorrow and change and loss, and how do you express that? So, it started out as vanishing koala or vanishing wolf. And then it only turned outward after just, initially they weren't meant to be shown. I didn't think anyone would see it outside of me just doing them in my house. And then it gradually turned into, now I have like many murals, and it seems like the story keeps growing. But now I feel like I can bring in people who can collaborate with me on the murals that also can point a way towards hope. And that's made all the difference. So, and meeting people like you. So thank you. Goodbye. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.